Welcome to the Colig Experience episode. Today we're diving into a world of bold insights, experimentation, and groundbreaking leadership strategies. In this episode, we'll explore the story of Balaam and his donkey from the Book of Numbers, uncovering how it serves as a powerful metaphor for leadership. We'll discuss the importance of questioning assumptions, listening to overlooked voices, and embracing fresh perspectives to enhance organizational success. So, get ready to challenge your thinking, uncover hidden opportunities. Let's dive in. We are reflecting on the seventh portion in the Book of Numbers, known as Balak. Although it is named after Balak, the king of Moab, the real main character here is Balaam, son of Beor, someone who can be seen as a sorcerer or a wizard for hire. The story begins when Balaam is invited by Balak's envoys to curse the Israelites, who are traveling from Egypt toward Canaan. After receiving divine permission to accept the invitation, Balaam sets out on his journey, riding his faithful donkey. Shortly after they depart, they encounter an angel of the Lord blocking their path. Here, the plot takes a curious twist. Balaam, who possesses special mental abilities and speaks with God much like the greatest prophets, does not see the angel at all. Who does see it? Exactly, the donkey. She sees the angel standing before her with a drawn sword. She veers off the path into a field to avoid the angel, which angers Balaam, and he strikes her. Later, the angel blocks her again on a narrow path between two walls. To pass, she presses against one wall, pinching Balaam's foot, so he strikes her again. Finally, the angel stands where there is no room to move, and the donkey crouches down under Balaam, prompting him to strike her yet again. At this point, God intervenes, and the donkey begins to speak. We view this scene as a master class in empathy and emotional intelligence. It is written so plainly and beautifully that it deserves to be told in words close to the original. And the Lord opened the mouth of the donkey, and she said to Balaam, "What have I done to you, that you have struck me these 3 times?" And Balaam said to the donkey, "Because you have humiliated me. If only I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now." And the donkey said to Balaam, "Am I not your donkey, on which you have ridden ever since you first owned me until this day? Have I ever been in the habit of treating you this way?" And he said, "No." Balaam does not see the angel, so he fails to understand the donkey's behavior. He cannot imagine the simple explanation that she simply cannot move forward because her way is blocked. Instead, he grows furious and beats her. She asks him plainly, "Why are you striking me?" She does not argue or fight. She simply asks, "Why?" Balaam answers that she is making a mockery of him. Naturally, we might expect the donkey to explain the rational reason that the angel of the Lord is standing in the way. But this donkey is clever. Well, she is a donkey who can speak. She senses that Balaam cannot see the angel, and she grasps that explaining something he cannot perceive will not help. So she shifts the conversation to a different dimension. She appeals to their long relationship, reminding him how faithfully she has served him for years, and she asks a direct, deceptively simple question. "Have I ever done anything like this before?" Balaam answers with a brief but significant response, "No," and the discussion ends. This wise question leads him to realize he must be missing an explanation that is invisible to him at that moment. Only then, once Balaam understands that even someone of his stature can have blind spots, does God open his eyes to see the angel directly. Balaam needed the donkey to reveal what was right in front of him. Sometimes our own blind spot is hiding in plain sight. As tempting as it is to keep exploring Balaam's story and the symbolic role of the donkey, we turn back to the reason we gather here each week: management, leadership, and organizational life. When we come up against a stubborn challenge that refuses to yield to all our attempts at solving it, we need to shift something fundamental in our stance toward that challenge. We need to question the assumptions we hold about our relationship with the problem. In order to make that switch, we must see what exists in our blind spots, what lies in front of our eyes that we are not seeing, and what we do not even know we already know. That requires fresh perspectives on our reality. It requires us to hear new opinions. Yet, in most cases, when we seek other points of view, we go to the same people and ask the same questions, only to receive the same answers. Hardly surprising. To uncover our leadership blind spots, we need to pay attention to those we are not seeing enough and listen to those we are not hearing enough. Above all, we need to ask questions from a place of genuine empathy, sincere curiosity, and a deep desire to learn something new about our situation. In our own consulting work, we have seen how powerful this can be. We once worked with a media agency that struggled to attract new talent despite offering competitive salaries. For weeks, we all assumed the main issue was their recruitment process. We listened only to the usual internal stakeholders, HR, a few department heads, and the CFO. Then, following our own advice, we broadened our circle and invited junior team members and even former candidates to share their perspectives. That was when we discovered a major blind spot. Word had spread that the agency's internal culture was rigid and stifling. It was not the recruitment process itself that deterred people. It was the unspoken reputation of a workplace lacking flexibility. This insight, hidden in plain sight, only emerged when we included voices we had previously overlooked. In another instance, we collaborated with a medical device company that was baffled by a spike in manufacturing errors. All of us had been trying to fix the issue from a purely technical standpoint. Our managers talked to engineering teams, but not to the night shift operators, the very people who assembled the devices. Finally, we brought those operators into the conversation. It turned out an outdated training manual, which had never been updated for newer models, caused recurring mistakes. They had tried to raise the issue, but no one had listened. By acknowledging there might be factors we did not see, and seeking out voices we had not heard, we removed the blind spot and solved a long-standing production challenge. Again and again, we discover the importance of paying attention to the donkey in our story, the one who sees what we do not. We need to ask simple questions that open space for real dialogue. We need to consider that our view of the problem is not the complete picture, and we need to be willing to hear perspectives that challenge our assumptions. Only then will we see what is right in front of our eyes and find our path forward. We've reached the end of today's podcast, where we explored how Balaam's story teaches us the value of questioning our assumptions and embracing new perspectives in leadership. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with your friends and colleagues so they can also stay updated on the latest news and gain powerful insights. Stay tuned for more updates.